thank you very much for following us so far. It's been great. We started a month ago, and we are growing bigger and bigger. And every week we get. Now I'm getting even requests for join us in this new adventure, and this is great. So thank you very much once again, and thank you Nuclear Blast for collaboration. Thank you Francesco for setting this up. The other Francesco. Let me shut myself. All right, so I have to do some stuff before we start, and yeah. So today we're gonna have Vogg from Decapitated and Machined, and later we're gonna have Tobi from Archspire. We've been on tour together with Decapitated and Archspire. They were there as well back in 2011, I think.
I think
so. And it's a long story. All right. So yeah, please welcome Vogg from Decapitated.
Hey, good evening everyone. Hey, this is Vogg. I play in Decapitated, as you know, and since a few months I joined Machine Head. So I hope. Thank you Francesco. Thank you Nuclear Blast and FLESHGOD Apocalypse guys for picking me today for this amazing evening. I trying to watch.
People know we are longtime friends. It's 10 years that we know each other.
I think it's even it's 10 years, maybe a little bit more, because I think first time we met on a Vader tour.
Yeah, you were playing guitar for Vader the first time we met, and that was one of the first tours I was playing drums for FLESHGOD.
Right, and I think
it was like baptized by fire. Marduk were there also.
Yeah, baptized by fire was such a great the tour and great times. Great times for me. I mean, I joined Vader. It was 2009, I think, and tour was crazy. It was 10 years ago, so all of us, we've been different people, way younger and less experienced, but we have so much fun from doing that. And I think we still have the same much fun and same
absolutely, man,
and everything, even more maybe, who knows. But
that things changed. How things changed for you? I mean, for us, we were very, 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 very young, and as you said, unexperienced, and we didn't have much material out. Now it's different story. We have a lot of songs, a lot of things.
These guys were after the Mafia album already?
The Vader one was just before. Then we released Mafia a few months later. And then after that I think when we've done the tour with Decapitated, because you restarted Decapitated in 2009 as well, right? Or when was it?
2009 was the times when I played with Vader, and I start to think about reunion with Decapitated, I start to looking for the new band members and start to really think about come back with the Decapitated again. So, because actually really comeback happened in 2010, and then I hired Karim Lechner.
Karim was the first guest of this thing,
Yes,
it was the first.
For baptism by fire.
I wanted to play safe. I called him. I was like, I'm starting doing this, it's gonna be super complicated for me because of my English barrier, language barrier. It takes time to grow as a TV host, So I was like, I wanted to play safe, or I need somebody that is experienced with all the socials, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna help you. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean that was a long time ago, different times. I didn't have much experience to be the leader of the band, because being in the band as a musician, playing, go for the tour, play the songs, and then have an after party, being wasted, and go back home, is a different thing than being a leader of the band, when then you need to be a little bit more responsibility, and you have to think about, that, Francesco, you are pretty much you're taking care about a lot of things in your band, I guess.
Yes.
And but that was crazy time. I didn't have much experience, so it deliver weird situations sometimes like different, business problems, things like that. But that's the part of what we actually do in life. And after all these years, it's really cool to be on the stage still, playing the shows, playing tours, and have a little bit more experience, and bring those experience for everything, for the music, for the relationships with the people and everything. So, yeah. So
you improved a lot. I remember when we met first. You were super shy, speaking not that much. You were very cool with us. I think you felt very much part of the family, of FLESHGOD family.
Man, I remember you guys. You guys were like just on the beginning of your way with the band. I don't know. 2009 was which year you guys start? 2006, 2007?
We started 2007, but until 2009 we didn't do much because of lineup problems and stuff like that. It was just.
Yeah, I remember always great times spending with you guys. Like, you guys were so hungry about the playing music, and you guys were like on fire, that you guys wanna pushing that thing so much, like you guys were crazy about that, like super wild people from Italy, and wild in the good thing, like hungry.
We all super motivated. Back in the days, we had to face a lot of issues, especially, as I said, at the very beginning, with the lineup and everything. So whatever we were doing for making it in the music business, we were really, as you said, very angry, we just so determined back in the days, and now as well. Look at what is happening now. It's the thing that I miss the most is the stage right now. But I still need the contact with fans. I still, try to find a way to stay close to people. And this video podcast is just an example. For example, I've seen you playing the songs from the early albums. Like, it was great to watch your playthroughs. It's something that maybe just popped in your mind. It was like, okay, let me do something that people like. And
that's cool thing you mentioned. I did it because right now we have so much free time. All of us are locked down in home. So I love to play the guitar. I'm really passionate about guitar. I'm addicted about the.
I know, man. I've seen 3-4 hours sound checks just to check the sound.
Oh shit, really?
You remember with Malta?
Yeah.
Try to checking out all the sounds for solos. Man, you are one of the best guitar player in the world. You know this, right?
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it, Francesco. That's really cool.
This is not just because you have a talent, but also you work so much for this. So,
fortunately, I'm addicted. I'm addicted about the sound. I just like to have the guitar in my hands, and I'm doing this every day. Try to practice. Try to be in shape. I hate to be like out of the shape. You know how it is. Like, you're out for the few days or weeks from your instrument, and then you have to come back. It's kind of sucks. You don't have you lose these abilities to play well. But anyways, Yeah, I would like to come back
but,
for this idea of the playing the old Decapitated songs, which is really cool because I was always watching my favorite guitar players, like let's say Metallica, for example. Let's take Metallica. They pretty much all the other big bands, they always try to play the main songs, like the hit songs, like Enter Sandman, like Seek and Destroy, and things like that. And it's such a great pleasure watching those guys playing like different songs, like side B songs, like Trap in Their Under Eyes, or I don't know, Orion, or whatever it is. Like
stuff that usually they don't like. They don't usually play.
And I will buy the ticket for watching like James Hetfield playing on Skype, or really, so you can see the fingers, you can see that like very close. I will buy ticket for that for $1,000 to see that from really close. And I think it's a unique thing to see the guitar playing the old stuff. Like you can't see this too often on the shows, and because maybe we didn't play those old songs too often from last tours. And right now I'm kind of discover the old Decapitated albums again, and I'm blown away actually about like it was so crazy, so technical. It was like, I mean, like a solo, playing riffs, but playing solo on the riff, like taking all the technical skills you have in the song, and so many riffs and so many tempo changes and everything. Also, the songs were so rich about the ideas.
And you were so young when you wrote those stuff.
Yeah, right. Maybe that's why. I
don't know, like, it kind of happens to me too when I listen to the early stuff, or even stuff that of bands I've been in, like Hour of Penance. And when it happens, I feel like, wow, is that me? Like, it's just like you forget. But it's super cool. I really appreciate it, especially the stuff like Blast, The Eye of Horus, that songs have this kind of, as you said, soloing all the time.
That's a lot of things I can talk about those songs. Like, I never have any, for example, back in the days, I didn't have any recording program for record like today. Like, people have a Cubase, people can record this stuff at home, actually even record the albums at home. We have lots of equipment, like recording equipment and programs and everything, so it's kind of easier. But anyways, back in the days, I didn't have anything like that. I just make the songs and trying to remember everything and keep in my mind. So my brain was the only hard disk I got these days. And I'm blown away about, like, I was 18, maybe 17, 18, 19, around this age. And I could do this kind of crazy stuff and remember all this stuff. Like,
that's great.
When we've been young, I think we just think about more like a passion. We've been more passionate about music, and we didn't calculate all those riffs, if this will be good enough, if this will sound enough. It was just pushing the things, like playing, and don't think too much around of that thing. And I kind of agree. I'm still a big fan of the music we do. Like, so usually I just if something works, for me it was like, okay, I like this, so maybe somebody else like this, Yes. Yeah.
Something like that. So also, try to discuss this stuff with the other guys, but it was different times, very good times though. I love that. Like, I still remember when we were programming the first blast beats with the very shitty MIDI digital drums, just to have an idea of what was going on. And it's unbelievable, especially because the stuff we were doing was so technical. Now it is it is technical in a different way. You grow as an artist. I really appreciate the evolution of your band. It's in some way kind of some stuff. It's simpler, but sometimes less is more. And you have to really recognize what counts, what makes the difference in a song.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's really hard to make a simple song, to be honest. I mean, it's really, sometimes it's easier to play fast, to play lots of notes and make impressions of someone listen that, because it's technical, because lots of things going on in a fast tempo. And still, for me, it's easier to make a really fast song and technical song. And really hard to find in the other way. It's really hard for me still to find slow beat, slow riff, which will work well when you listen. And just
also, you're very picky with the timing.
Yeah. These days, right now, actually, I'm in the process of composing new Decapitated songs. I have a few
right
new
now.
songs. Yes, right now. Like,
so we have a scoop. We have a scoop, everyone.
Yeah, I have this tools in here, and I cannot show you the whole room. I have
big scoop. New stuff, new Decapitated stuff. You're writing. I'm not saying when you're gonna release it.
Well,
I have no idea, but
I wish to release it next year for sure. I mean, it's pretty. I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen next year. And the coronavirus thing, actually, it's. I can find one good thing or few good things in this actually terrible situation, that right now I'm supposed to be on tour with Machine Head somewhere in Spain or somewhere there in Europe, and because we cancel all those tours, I have right now so much time to just writing the music, and it really works. So I trying to don't be useful during these days and just drink beer and leg on my couch and watching Netflix. I writing the new stuff, and it's going pretty cool. And they come back more for the melodies, to be honest. Maybe I don't know. Maybe picking the old albums like Winds of Creation like inspired me again. I mean, melody is everything. I mean, imagine music without melody is kind of hard, to be honest.
Yeah. I think you explored more like rhythmical, patterns and stuff which are super cool. I think you with Organic Hallucinosis, you've started like exploring this complete new field, and then you moved a little bit more on the groovy world, and which is great. But I really. If you tell me about Winds of Creation, of Denegation, or Nihility, of course, you find masterpieces in there, pieces of art, like for death metal. Not considering that you were super young, not considering that, back in the days it was totally different situation for what concerns writing music, recording music, and whatsoever. So it's unbelievable that you did stuff like that. But if I have to make a proper evaluation of the artistic value of each song, of each riff, there's stuff that is for real. It's unbelievable. It's supreme. So that's great. I've been influenced. I've been influenced by those riffs. As much as you were, influenced by maybe Deicide or Morbid Angel or also other important Polish bands that were writing the history of death metal, of course. But I remember that we were, when I was in a death metal band before FLESHGOD APOCALYPSE, we were jamming at the Eye of Horus. I still remember, and it was and all those riffs, all those stuff was so useful to improve as guitar players, because there's a lot of breaks, little details and stuff that helps you to become a better musician.
That's really cool to hear. Thank you very much for saying that, Francesco. it's really cool to hear. I mean, I know you guys.
Now you have to send me that $1,000 that we agreed before. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you give me your account and.
Yeah. It's all awesome.
No, I mean, I observing you guys too right now, and everything you guys doing right now, it's crazy, man. I'm impressed about FLESHGOD, what you guys doing since years now.
Thank you very much.
You guys crushing that, you know. You guys improve something really important to the scene, to the death metal scene, with all the orchestration and opera thing and fucking speed, crazy speed.
You know what? It's
Italian touch, you know, this Italian touch of the melody and you know, of the craziness.
It's like power metal. It's more or less power metal with blast beats and death metal voice.
Well, I didn't think about it in this way. Yeah.
We got a lot of influences. Yeah. It's for some reason it's unfortunate that not many bands play the same genre. Like we have like Septic Flesh, some other bands like that are similar, even if it's they are more darker than us and whatever. We are more proper death metal band and with orchestrations, but still, I really hope that that we can, enlarge this scene of death metal, symphonic death metal bands. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, it's. Thank you very much for saying that. All right. So I have some promo to do before we go on. It's super cool. Time flies. Wow. It's already 20 minutes we are together. It's time super flies. So I just want to say hi to Abby, which is an incredible artist helping us every time with the flyer, with the caricature.
Yes. I think
unbelievable.
It's amazing. Thank you very much.
Did you like it? It's
unbelievable. It's perfect.
So, if you want to support her, you just go to her Patreon, which is www.patreon.com/AbbyStabbyHeart, and you can support her there, or you can add her on Instagram and ask her for your personal caricature and contribute. She's a very young artist, so all the help, every kind of support is much appreciated. And also, I wanna. This is very important right now, as Vogg was saying. A lot of bands had to cancel tours, had to interrupt their activities because of this fucking virus. So please, it's very important that you support all the scene through buying merchandise. So important for every band, you just go there and you buy merchandise. Right now, it's crucial for all of us that you support us in this way. So you guys have a store. Do you have a link of the store? Can you say it?
Oh, well, yeah, we just come back with our merchandise, official Decapitated merchandise web store again since a few months of break. And then we come back and I want to say that I don't remember exactly the link, the address of that, but it's easy to find. It's like a Decapitated web store, official, something like that. It's easy to find. Yeah,
people can Google.
Actually, that was the important news I would like to say about the sending cost. If someone would like to buy the merchandise, would be of course great. It's always appreciated. And help, as you said, the bands during these crazy times, because pretty much we live from the playing shows and from selling merchandise during the tours. Yeah. So right now it's pretty much like the musicians and crew.
We all know and understand that this problem is it's for everyone. That a lot of people are losing their jobs.
I would like to admit, like we as a Decapitated, we don't asking about like this kind of help or something like that. It's we been selling T-shirts during coronavirus and after and before virus. So
yes, it's that's what I was saying.
The thing is that you never know what happened, and we doing artistic things. We live from the art, from playing music and things like that. So when things like that happen, like virus or something like that, we not just musicians, also crew members, also technicians, guitar tech, drum tech, light guys, sound guys, and all the drivers and thousands of people are involving in the industry, music industry. And right now we just need to, fight with that, find the other way to, keep ourselves going well and our families and things like that. But, hopefully it will finish soon. And hopefully
there's this girl, or I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, is because he or she has no thumbnail here, but I prefer buying merchandise at the shows. Of course, we prefer to play shows. I mean, like all this thing of inviting people to buy merchandise, as you said, is because it's right now we have no other option. We would we really can't wait to be back on the road, and this is what counts for us: be on tour and play our music. So everything else is something that we do, just because we are completely, we have no other option.
I think like musicians can have maybe we can have the other options like I start to do guitar online lessons again.
Yes, stuff like that, of course.
Which is cool. I have my old students, and I just write them down, and I do new Decapitated. I do lessons, and we come back with the merchandise store. So, but in case, some of the other people involved in the music industry, they don't have this possibility, so they need to just find the other job. That's it.
Yeah,
it's how it is.
That's why I read this.
Many rock stars. We are not the rock stars. Like we are not the Guns N' Roses and things like that. Like we need to.
But that's why. Also, I've read. Sorry, man. I missed it.
We are. It's called. I read the Randy from Lamb of God book when he was in prison in Prague, and he said like we are like more like metal bands, metal musicians, like on the level like Lamb of God or Decapitated or something like that. We are like budget rock stars. It's like like we don't have the garage with Lamborghini and Porsche. Porsche and
I know. So, but but playing and this life is the real the best thing that can happen to us. I mean, like we kind of transformed our passion into a regular job, and that is great for us. So I'm very thankful for this. And again, I've read many times people that say, we understand your point, but we are losing our job. We are facing like economic and financial issues as well. So of course we are not forcing people to buy merchandise or to buy music or doing whatever. It's just this is just our way to keep afloat in this shitty situation. And again, it's not up to us. And if we annoy people a little bit more, posting like merchandise or like items or links, or as I said, inviting people to buy merchandise a little bit more than before, it's just because we don't have the other thing, which is playing live and and getting paid for that. So
I mean, a lot of bands lose so much money. Like I know you guys supposed to be on tour in US right now, right?
That thing was a big crack for us because everything was planned, and and we were about to be on board and fly there, but so we lost all the visas, all the flights, because I've seen the aborted news that they lost 60,000. Yeah, it's more or less what we lost as well, like maybe even more. Because we had the string quartet, and so we had like additional costs for the tour.
Yeah, what was this idea behind this tour? Like, you guys have a string quartet for that from US or from Europe?
Yeah. It was from the guys were from US, from Bay Area. And we had these 20 gigs that are postponed. Hopefully we're going to do them, but we still have no clue when. And we were playing like 1 hour and a half, or even a little bit more, playing like 2 sets of 8 songs each. And these guys were, because we did once when we did the first DVD, and we just wanted to try to bring something like that on tour, and America always been so good to us. So we said, okay, let's start in a country which is United States and Canada, in which we can take this risk actually. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, just a few days before we were leaving, this coronavirus exploded, and we were one of the first country heavily hit by this, and we actually got a lot of restrictions going for Italians, and I said several times, so there was no option to go there anymore. So how is it right now? We are still fully locked down. We had some. We were hoping that from the day after tomorrow, Monday, we should have at least some reduction of these restrictions, but it's just a few things that are going to change.
I know a little bit of your situation because I have a family in Italy, on Sicilia.
In Sicily, yeah.
Yeah.
So now we are allowed from Monday to go meet our parents after 2 months.
And that's it, right? I hear about some stores will be open, maybe like few more stores.
But just a little bit, and then I think they are going to reopen a little bit more in like mid-May, and then some more early June. Okay. But we have to see if this is coming back or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think in Poland we have maybe a little bit better situation because right now they open the parks and forests, so pretty much we can go for a walk. We can take the kids, but we need to have a mask all the time. If you don't have a mask, you can pay some,
there's fine.
Ticket. The shops are open, like food shops, and pretty much that's it. No, restaurants are closed, and everything is like big galleries, shopping galleries are closed too, cinemas. And then, government is trying to do like few steps. First, open park, then the second step, open cinemas maybe, or hotels or things like that, and then but the music evening like concert and shows are on the last point of this program of the opening, and festivals are closed for the end of the year for sure, and then we'll see what's gonna happen with the touring with the small clubs and bigger clubs. We'll see. I'm still waiting for Machine Head tour. Tickets are still available to buy. You can buy the tickets, and probably.
Well, where is the next tour that you have?
The postponed tour in Europe. We're supposed to be on tour right now in Europe, and they moved this tour for October, November.
Yeah, which is it's the same time frame in which we were supposed to be on tour in Europe as well. But I've received some concerned messages from people that they say that these clubs are facing very, very hard times right now, and I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, that's really terrible situation about for the promoters and club owners. I mean,
yeah,
they don't have shows. They cannot sell alcohol. They really, in a bad situation right now. Hopefully, it will really return it very fast, and really all the industry can come back, and it will be great. I mean, come back for the musicians, for the crew members, for the promoters, and for the fans, for sure, for the fans. It will be like big celebration. I think when we all come back for the show, it will be like, we will be so hungry for doing that.
Yeah, well, we were. I was discussing about this with Adrian from At the Gates last week, and that's what I was saying. I mean, like, we've been restricted for so much time that when we are gonna be back on stage, people, we're gonna sold out everywhere because because of the restriction. It's gonna be allowed to do 50 people, so easy sold outs.
We will break the strings more often, twice more often. Break the cymbals and break the drumsticks and everything. It's gonna be great.
So this guy is saying FLESHGOD plus Decapitated tour. We did 2 tours already. One in United States and one in Europe in 2011.
We did this famous or infamous tour in US because of our comeback with the plane without the landing gear. You hear about?
Yeah.
I think it was that tour with you guys that we've been there with Malta, our sound engineer, and we've been there. Who was on this tour? Aborted? No, Aborted?
Yeah, Aborted was there.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one was with. I think no. Aborted was in Europe.
Oh, maybe.
And in America, in Europe was Archspire as Aborted, and also that other band. Signed Serenity or something like that.
Oh, yeah. From UK, UK
From
band.
UK, yeah.
And we have
in America was Decrepit Birth,
FLESHGOD,
us, you guys, and who was missing? They're gonna hate us for this.
Rings of Saturn.
Rings of Saturn. Yeah. Decrepit Birth and
I think Rings of Saturn. Those guys, the crazy guy, and the singer understands Polish and he speaks Polish, but he tell us on the end of the tour.
Fuck!
Yeah,
that's bad. There's a lot of people writing in Cyrillic right now, but I don't understand. So there's a lot of comments, a lot of compliments for you as a musician, and a lot of people
are. And what about the touring together? I mean, it will be cool. I mean, but who will be? We will be probably fighting about who will gonna be the headlining band, and you guys growing so much during.
We always. You are the older band. You are the older band. You know what? There's it's a mixed feeling, the headlining thing,
Big fight about.
Trust me. The fucking headlining thing is a mixed feeling, and this is the cool things that people want to know. So a lot of people is like, well, when you're coming back headlining, and we were like, yeah, we're coming back soon. But in your heart, deep down, you always hope to open for somebody else, because as you play safe. If you fuck up, it's not your responsibility. It's not up to you. It's like, tonight 30 people show up. Yeah, it's not my fault. It's because of the headliner. Is a headliner fault, And yes, but actually we've been lucky. All the tours we've done have been successful. So, but yeah, it's Yeah, we always you are the older band, or maybe we will co-headline. I don't know, but we always try to respect the older band.
That would be cool. That would be cool to come back one day on the tour again.
Yeah, let's do it.
All the time for sure.
Hopefully, we will come back and do it again.
Yeah.
And so a lot of comments again about your music. A lot of people happy that you were recording these videos and playing the.
It's all my pleasure.
There was a guy also asking if you are gonna reprint and re-release Winds of Creation.
Oh wow! It's not that easy situation, to be honest. With our old label, which is Iraq Records, they released first 4 albums, and the things going in the kind of weird direction between us, and we are still not like, the things complicated between us. So that sucks that people cannot find the first 4 albums on YouTube, on Spotify. So we are like banned without the first 4 albums. That was like like we speak before about the old times when we've been teenagers, and we didn't understand all those things, like about the business things. We've been passionate about music, but there was a lot of sharks swimming around the young guys that was kind of naive and didn't read what they signed. And some of the agreements we signed was like really, really terrible. But we signed it anyways because, first of all, we didn't understand what we signed. And some of the older guys give us these papers to sign and promise us big career and promise us that we will be on tour and things like that, which actually happened. But it was like everything like on the nice way. It wasn't like all okay. But that's another story. And I believe like all the bands, I mean, most of the bands we listen right now, and the big bands and smaller bands, like they have some stories like that. When you start, when you are young, when you're a teenager, you are not the right person to not understand all the.
Yes, we were pretty lucky. We signed first with Willowtip, and the guys in Willowtip are super nice dudes. It's a small, not like Iraq was a different thing, Yeah. It's not that big, it's very underground, but they maybe the small realities are, they respect a little bit more the musicians, the artists. And then we were super lucky to go to Nuclear Blast straight away. And Nuclear Blast, they are super cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the conditions and the treatments, the people there, how how much they work to help you out with the promotion, distribution, and everything. They are exceptional people. And even this thing, we started doing this with on our channel, and now we are spreading everywhere. And the Nuclear Blast is. It's been essential. They are great collaborators and the great partners, definitely. And
I mean, to finish this thing we've been talking about, the first album, Winds of Creation, and the old albums. I cannot say anything with the details right now, but we have such plans to come back with all those songs again with the different form, and because. I cannot say everything about that plans, but we think.
Come on, give me the second scoop of today.
Yeah. I mean that we're just trying to think to find a way and solution to bring all those old songs back, so people can listen, so people can discover the old albums and the old songs of Decapitated. Especially people they discover Decapitated because of the last 2 or 3 albums, and they discover the first albums right now, and they blown away, and that's why I try to deliver all those guitar challenges and guitar all those old riffs from those albums. So right now I realize that like so many people want to still hear those albums we record 20 years ago, which is amazing, because these days when we record those albums, we didn't realize as a band, we didn't realize because there was no Instagram, no Facebook, and no all the social media. So we didn't realize that the people appreciate those records that much. And,
they are.
And we didn't realize that we have such an improve for the metal and death metal scene back in the days. We've been just a teenager, they want to play death metal, and they want to deliver the best death metal possible.
Yeah.
And it was amazing right now to see this response, even for the video I posted. It means a word to me, is a hell of the reaction. It's such a great thing, to be honest. I
really hope you find a way to to fix this, and there's a lot of people that really wants to have it physically, still in a vinyl. Now the vinyl thing, is
maybe someone from Iraq is watching us right now, so I can
come on, Iraq, you should be smart. There's a lot of people that wants to buy that music.
Yeah,
so
I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to talk if someone wants to talk.
Yeah, okay. Anyway. So let's. I want to manage you in this dealing with the heroes. I'm gonna be there. Come on, people from Iraq. You should think about it. So let's change completely the mood. We talked about music too much. We're gonna go back about talking about music because I have at least a couple of questions that I didn't have time to do it so far, but this is cool. What Netflix movies or TV series you're watching?
Well, I'm watching Netflix pretty often. That was this Spanish TV series called, what is the English name of that, or Spanish? It's Doms Papiero. I mean, all about this.
I think. The House of Cards. What's the name? House of Cards.
About those dudes with the. Is the most?
I think in Spanish is La Casa de Papel.
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
I don't know how is it in English? Come on. What's the name in English? What's the name? Money heist, something like that.
The Salvador Dali mask guys are like attacking the bank and things like that. It's such a great TV series. I mean, it's like keeping you all the time, and the action is so much tension going on with that, and it's smart and it's entertaining, and like this one. Yesterday I was watching the horror movie with my wife, and it entitled Nun. About the
Paper's House.
Crazy.
Casa de Papel.
Paper House. Oh, yeah, Paper House. Yeah.
Thank you, Paola.
Yeah, this one.
Money Heist.
I really like it.
I think it's it changes. All right, this guy. What guitarist influenced you the most in your career? I think you have in your arm.
Of course, I mean, there was a few, and I still trying to find out about my influential, because sometimes you don't realize, you think there was some other guys, and then you listen to some other band, and it's like, oh shit, this is what I'm doing. I mean, this is big because I play like that. But I can say a few, like Dimebag Darrell, like Trey from Morbid Angel, that's for sure. I mean, because of Morbid Angel probably, and Trey Azertod, when I was watching the videos for Covenant album, like God of Emptiness and Rapture videos, I was like so much blown away when I was a teenager watching those videos and listening to Covenant album and Domination album. I was like, holy shit, I want to do the same, I want to play guitar and be this kind of sick. I mean, I will never be that sick like Trey, but I mean,
you are, man.
What else? I mean, you know what? John Petrucci was my pretty big influence as guitar. He's such a great guitar player. And who else?
You're still missing the best one, but this is my opinion.
Wait.
Malmsteen, come on.
Malmsteen.
Yeah.
I'm all these minor harmonic in fast tempo things. Malmsteen is great. Malmsteen is great. I love Malmsteen. Maybe not that much like the
no.
He's great. I mean, he delivered something.
He's a boss, man. He's a real rock star. He just said, what's this bullshit? The less is more. More is more.
He said that. He said that. Yeah.
He said that, and that there's this guy Gary Holt. Gary Holt is a great guitar player.
He's a
killer.
Great guy, man. He's a great guy and great guitar player. He's like
winner.
I seen Slayer twice on the Farewell tour in Poland. They played 2 times in Poland on the last tour, and Gary hooked me up with the pass, with the AAA pass, so I could see the show and I could go for the backstage room, and he was such a nice guy, and I know how it's like, how it is, like you asking someone for the ticket or for the bidding or the guest list, like you are paying especially in the daytime, in the show day, when they want to focus on the show and someone is calling him 5 times, like, okay, can you set up the pass for me, and can you put me on the guest list, things like that. But he was such a great guy. He's no problem, and we have a party. It was Kerry King's birthday in that show, and I was there in the backstage, like Kerry.
Yeah,
King.
I think I've seen pictures because probably because I've seen also Behemoth posted stuff.
About Behemoth was there, and I hang out with Seth most of, like, always.
Seth. I remember when we played in probably in Krakow. He lives in Krakow, maybe? I don't know.
I'll show you something. Oh, one second.
What is that?
I have this.
Wow, is that Paul Bostaph? Oh, wow. Wow.
That's the Paul Bostaph drumstick.
Awesome, man.
It's on a... Yeah, I collecting... sometimes I collecting the drumsticks, because I have a few. I have from Mario, from Gojira.
Wow.
And
drummer.
Oh yeah. It was cool. I was on the side of the stage when Gojira played in somewhere in Holland, and I was like, they finished the song. I was like, hey, and he was like, bam. He's like, just.
And you got it.
And I got it. Yeah, I got it. Love these guys. Love Gojira. Love Slayer. All of bands.
So, I mean, we talked about Slayer, and everything is exploding. People are like screaming Slayer. Cannibal Corpse, this guy is a big fan. We are a big fan. At least me, I'm a big fan as well. But you, of course.
I see Corpse Grinder. I see George on Florida like three months ago when I played with Machine Head, this Burn My Eyes tour in Florida. And
all right, let's come to this subject. Okay, this was I'm very curious. How came that they contacted you, that Rob asked you to play? And like, I want you to hear the story for everyone. It's.
Yeah. Well, I was like, no. The story is kind of simple. And crazy in the same time, because it was pretty much like that. I seen the news about anniversary tour of the 25th anniversary of Burn My Eyes, and I was like, I've been always big fan of this album. I think this album fucking kick ass all the time, and I was big fan when I was teenager. I was growing, listening to this album. I was try to play guitar and those riffs and Davidian, video and everything. Like, it was like part of my childhood, and and it was big. It was big thing during the, it was what, 94, 95, something like that. And I was big fan, and I was really happy about to see the news about 25th anniversary tour. So I just pick my phone and I write to Rob that congratulations about the tour, man, and I hope to see you in Poland and blah blah blah. So he responds like, thanks, man, and he remembered me because we met 2 times before. He was on our Decapitated show in San Francisco in Fillmore during one of the Summer Slaughter tours we did in US. So he showed it was, I think, 2000.
It was back in the days. I think that you did the Summer Slaughter. When was it? In 2010 or?
Yeah, 2011. We did first one 2007 and then second one 2010 or 2011, probably 2010. And Rob was there. He watched the show, and I think we talked a little bit, but it was like a mess, like after party and things like that. I don't remember much. But then I met him in Krakow for the second time when he was with Machine Head playing in Krakow on the Machine Head tour. And I have my vinyl of Bare My Eyes, so I asked him for the signing. So he remembered me from these days, and he replied for my message on Instagram that, oh, hey man, thank you very much. I remember your band, and hopefully we can meet in Warsaw, and maybe you can play with us as a guest for maybe one song.
Wow!
I was like, holy shit! It's
like in the movies, man.
And then it was like we start to talk because he said that he's going for the gym, and the owner of the gym, his workout he's always listen death metal and bands like Cannibal Corpse, Deicide, Decapitated, Vader, and all the only death metal bands. And he said like, it's gonna be great tour, and we cannot wait, blah blah blah, and we still don't have guitar player for that tour. And then I was like, because I thought it will be only the original lineup from the Bare My Eyes album, like Chris Santos and Logan Mader, and I didn't know that they planning to have the second set with the second lineup, but he mentioned that, and he said like they making auditions for the guitar players, and they couldn't find anyone yet. So pretty much I can say to you for the first time in here, because I never said that for anyone. Like my wife was sitting on next to me when I was texting with Rob, and she was like, "Give me that fucking phone," and she was texting Rob, "Hey, maybe I can help," and that's it. That's pretty much the whole story. I mean, that it wasn't that easy. Then I mean, I was of course ready to do that, but he said like his sound engineer Steve, he will contact me about all the details, what I need to do, because it wasn't like, hey, I want to play Machine Head. Okay, no problem. It wasn't like that. It was an audition that I need to do like about 8 songs, record them on video, set the sound, and play together with DVD of Machine Head, and and send to them so they can see what's going on. And they just like my performance and hooked me up with the band, and they asked me to join the band.
Incredible.
Which is
so easy. I mean, so easy. Yeah. It's not that easy to be in a position in which a band like Machine Head hires you. I mean, I think it's flattering for a musician, to have this kind of opportunity because of the respect that you got from a more famous musician like him.
It just gave me the best things, best props, and I mean, so many people congratulate me, and so much people are happy about me in this band, and I think I have a good influence for I mean, I deliver good things for the band, good sound and good performance. And for me, it's such a great opportunity, man. It's such a great honor and opportunity. I learned so much. It's a huge experience to play with these guys. And because those guys are the fucking legends and they are metal fucking monsters, man. They know what to do. They know how to tour. They know how to play.
Yeah, I think you're learning a lot there.
Dude, I can learn. I thought I know everything, but then I joined them and I feel like a young kid again. Like I feel like a teenager between those guys, which is great feeling. I mean, and met my old. I'm like a fan with this guy. I mean, to have this opportunity to meet Rob Flynn and traveling with him and playing the same stage, also together with Logan Mader and Chris. It's incredible. It's Chris Contos is such a great drummer, such a great guy. All those guys. I have a new family up there, you know. It's great feeling.
That's great. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah. Now you are a permanent member, right?
Yeah, looks like
you have.
I mean,
it's a new chapter of your life.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's still like when you think about to play in the two bands in the same time, it's kind of hard to imagine, like, like all these schedules for the tours and things like that. But it seems like it's possible as soon as Machine Head is not playing festivals since a few years at all. So then I have lots of free time for booking Decapitated for the summer festivals, and then to book the tours. It's a lot. We have a lot of time during the year, so it's many months. So it's just about the good cooperation between the managements, and it's all possible. So yeah, I will stay for a longer time, I hope. I mean,
come on.
I mean, yeah.
Right.
I will, yeah.
Thanks, Francesco, for introducing us to new bands. You're welcome. Thank you very much. I mean, like, there's a lot of people writing. It's really hard to keep track of all the comments. Like, this guy, Rob Phil and Violence were a huge influence for me back in the day. Yes, of course. Oh, this guy, Victor. Ciao, Victor from Mexico. Saludos. And also here we have the chat on the YouTube page. I've seen people discussing if Hurt is flat or not. And I don't know. I think it's a good moment to discuss something like this. All right. So let me check. Okay, this is again. Do you like Cattle Decapitation?
Sure, I like this band. It's crazy death metal band. We're touring with them.
Yeah.
And even also, I don't remember the name of the guitar player, but during one of the tour, probably Summer Slaughter tour, I gave my one of my Ran guitars to the guitar player because he was such a great guy, and he borrowing me the amplifier for this tour just for free. Like, you know, I used his Bogner amplifier for the whole tour, and he was like, "No problem, man. You can use it. And just go for it." And I was like, "Do you want my guitar?" And I'll just give to him, and that's what I remember. I'm still impressed that guys doing they doing really well, and
yeah, they are,
and
yeah, they're releasing stuff, super cool stuff.
Yeah, I don't watch them that much, but I like this band. Yeah, I really like. They were crazy. I remember the singer was crazy, and the music was like insane, so intense.
This guy is a creator. Like, I really hope to have Mille in this thing because I really love Creator. Super cool band.
Of course, Creator is one of this band that I grow with Creator.
All right, so we were discussing like inviting other people. Are you in a rush, Vogg?
Well, Not really, but I promised my daughter to go for a bicycle today.
Okay. So let's move on. It's because really today time flies, and it's super cool. Right? Thank you very much. It's already an hour that we are together. We have a special guest, and I want to introduce him while you are with me, and then we can say goodbye. And again, thank you very much for being with me for this. It's super cool. And, I really hope that we will have more chats, in the next days privately.
Yes,
super
thank
cool.
you
All right,
much.
so there is this band with, these guys were on tour with us back in 2011, and we met them there. These guys are from Canada, and I really love their music. It's super personal, super weird music, super melodic. They have super fast, super technical. It's super, basically. So it's super music, and I really love them when I've seen them performing, because the stuff were so fucking catchy, and they grow and they become even better and better with the albums. So please welcome Tobi, who is one of the two guitarists of the band Archspire. Hi, Tobi. How are you doing?
Great, man. How are you doing?
Oh, we're super, super cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you see Vogg? Can you see Vogg?
Oh yeah. It's been a long time, man. It's good to see you.
Yeah, I know. It's been like almost 10. We've been
together for an hour with Vogg, so now it's time to let him go, and we go on a little bit with you.
Okay.
All right.
So, guys, I just want to say goodbye for all of you guys, and have a great chat today. It was my pleasure. Pleasure was mine, and thanks for the invitation for the great evening, Francesco. I love your idea for the doing this thing, so people can watch, can see like what we can say about the old tours and great times we can share together with the people. And even it was great to see all of you guys. Hope to we come back soon to the road, and we can play together maybe one day. And thank you very much.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. Thank you very much for being with me. You are a legendary musician. Everyone's wanted to to check this video chat out, because there's a lot of things that happens in this video podcast. That we always tell a lot of stories, so people are just curious to know more anecdotes and stories from musicians. I'm really happy that you joined us, and I really hope that we will have the opportunity to be on tour together once again. Thank you very much, bro, and say hi to Godsa and to the girls.
Thank you so much, man.
All right. Thank you, and say hi to the other guys, all the other guys in Decapitated, and of course also to the guys in Machinate.
Thank
you, bro. Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao, Vogg.
Ciao.
Oh, ciao. So here we are, bro. And how's it in Vancouver now?
It's it is what it is. It's obviously not as crazy as where you guys are living, or most places in Europe, but British Columbia, it's there's a lot of COVID stuff going on. People are taking all their precautions and stuff, and it's same pretty much everywhere. Like we have to monitor us going outside, and there's a lot of restrictions and stuff like that. And the curve for us is starting to lower a little bit, and they're
now
kind of getting into talks of when they can implement, people going back to work and small groups and stuff like that, like interactions and stuff. But every other day they announce something where they take another step back and go, okay, we're going to have to push this a little longer. So everyone just kind of has to sit tight. But I think compared to a lot of places in the world, it's going okay. As best as it can be. But I think everyone's trying to respect all the new rules and stuff, trying to be safe. So
here I was discussing about this with Vogg as well. We were expecting like a little bit of less restrictions from Monday, but still the curve is lowering here as well, but not enough to allow people to go outside and go back to normality. I don't think we're gonna go back to normality anytime soon, but still, at least have the chance to go out and use the car or stuff like that. We are now allowed to use the car only for very few, very strict reasons. It's not that just you could go out and do whatever you like. It's just like very, very strict so far, and but still, the important thing is that we are going in the right direction. No.
Yeah.
All right. So I spoke with Spencer lately, and are you doing this video chat with the computer or with the phone?
It's on my computer.
You're okay. So what do you think about calling him and waking him up?
Waking him up right now?
No. He's gonna freak out.
He's probably, what? He's been playing video games super late. Like he plays till like 3 a.m. because he's playing with buddies from Europe. So he's probably.
So he deserves this prank. We have to wake him up. He's gonna go mad. Call him. All right. So while you do that, maybe how this coronavirus affected your plans, like Archspire? Where you were writing new stuff, right?
Yeah, still are in the process of writing our next full-length album, but we also had a bunch of tour kind of plans as well to kind of offset everything, so we could still pay our rent and get some touring and keep relevant while we're writing. So when it hit, basically we had to pull out of everything like every other band. So we had like a Canadian headlining tour that was supposed to start yesterday.
Wow.
Had a couple shows prior to that, and then we had we were planning to go to like Australia in the summer and stuff, and for another tour, and we're trying to get close to booking studio time as well in the fall. So it's kind of like we had to pull a plug on pretty much everything. Luckily though, we didn't have too many expenses though, where a lot of it, you guys had so much stuff booked and ready to go.
Maybe, right? that your tour were a little bit more far away when you had to cancel or postpone them.
Yeah, it was like pretty close. Like we were just like days away from booking flights for an Australian tour, and then we were like just getting like stuff tour booked and paid for our Canadian tour and stuff. So, but then again, it's like that's 6 months of work set up for us, and then and then this hits, and then it's like, okay, well, now we have to stay home.
I know. It's very like now it's like everyone I interview or I have the pleasure to have here or all of our friends, like the situation is like all the musicians are desperate right now. It's like, and we have to stay positive and try to keep ourselves busy as much as we can in this moment, and try again to stay in touch with the fans as much as possible. I see a lot of broken guitars on your back. Again, what the fuck? What happened to your guitars?
I lost.
Shit! You broke them.
To save room, I got rid of the headstocks. They take up too much room.
All right. So, but yes. So, but we know that in Seattle is pretty complicated. It's one of the worst places in America right now. So it is Vancouver, or like you have like worse places. Like for example, where we live is pretty safe, but the north of Italy is disastrous right now. Still, unfortunately. But maybe I don't know how is it in Vancouver right now.
I think because of the border and stuff, they were. There are people coming in and out, or there were. Now the borders are shut, so we're still kind of in the top where like like for the country as a whole, Quebec has like the most cases.
Oh, Quebec.
Yeah. So that, further east, and then Ontario is second because they're right next to each other. And then from there, then it goes Alberta, which is our neighbor province, and then British Columbia, where we are. So we're like the fourth largest place that has the most cases right now. So those like kind of the four main provinces.
This girl, Rita, it is so nice to see him on there, knowing he's from Vancouver, and we are so proud of him.
Oh, well, that's very nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Our little Elodie. Ciao, Elodie.
Oh.
It's there commenting. So you did a lot of touring. I mean, like since the very first days when we were on tour together back in the days,
Yeah.
That tour was great. Definitely, I have great memories of that tour.
That was probably one of the coolest moments of my life. I'm pretty sure everybody in our band can agree for theirs too. And that was such a big learning experience. That really put things into perspective of, this is what professional bands do.
I know that you were doing that tour when I think you had like only one album out when you did that tour.
Yeah. And it was just we had one album and we were pretty.
Was that like you were already did you realize that you had this kind of potential to become like one of the most renowned band like in death metal, technical death metal now in the panorama? Like everyone knows you.
We didn't know really. We basic. I mean, it's all stepping stones, right? You can speak for your own experience too. I'm sure when you started playing music, you weren't like, I'm going to go do this for sure. You probably had I want to do this. And I don't know how to get there, but I'm just going to work at it, So for us, it was just just wanting to play, a specific kind of death metal and want to go on tour and want to do what the bands that we listen to do or what we think they do. And then, just kind of working at it. So there was never we're definitely going to do this. It was more we want to. So whatever we have to do to get there, we'll do it. So, but yeah, that tour came it was a crazy opportunity, and we had that was not too much experience before.
Yeah, there are two things that I really appreciate of your band is one of the things that really counts for me. One is the fact that you mix that the music that you play, even if it's super technical and it's very, of course, it's not like mainstream music, of course, but it has this catchy thing all the time going on that it's very makes something very hard to listen easy, and it is great, and I really appreciate it in your music, and also I love the fact that you guys have almost the same members from the very beginning, which is another thing that inspires me for we had a different story now, but for a long time we've been all the same people, and I think it's a great thing to do what you like with your friends, to grow all together and have a musical, artistic, professional evolution, but with your friends. So I really love that thing. It is great.
That's awesome. Well, thank you. I mean, I think it keeps things as consistent as it can. And I think too, it's we're basically in a big, long dating relationship with each other, So it's kind of
Dean, who is this guy, Sinister Mephisto, says that the other guitar player, another killer guitar player, Dean, has a funny video in his YouTube channel of FLESHGOD APOCALYPSE on tour with Archspire, and he invites people to check it out. And go there. I've never seen it. Maybe I should be, I have some concerns about this. I have no idea.
Yeah, maybe he snuck in when you guys were showering or something.
What about the Smashing Pumpkins and Jane's Addiction? Both of them are cool bands. I would go for Jane's Addiction, though.
Yeah, probably same. I grew up listening to both, but yeah, Jane's Addiction probably a bit more out there.
Okay, the real question we should ask Tobi is where he got his left pinky from.
Oh, from
yeah.
I don't know. I drink a lot of coffee.
Okay.
and I eat a lot of pasta. So
yeah, you're Italian though.
Yeah, that's the key.
Yeah, that's it.
That's how you go fast, you know.
Yes, and that's yeah. These are like you get the weirdest questions ever in this fucking thing, you know. It's like, yeah. That from the super serious ones, what are the musicians that influence you the most? To the like super weird stuff. Yeah. Sometimes I try even to filter it a little bit because you never know what it's gonna go. You know, like I was like, what is this? Yeah. But that's super cool. So I've also asked, the Vogg from DECAPITATED to spam a little bit is their merch store. You guys, how can people can support you guys? Where they find do they find the merchandise and what they can do to support you guys now?
Well, we have all of our merch, like T-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that. You can go to indiemerch.com, and we have an online store on Indie Merch. So for North American side of things, we also have a store on Empiricon.com. So that's for all the Europeans. As well, you know, we're on like Spotify as well, like all streaming, like Apple Music. Season and Mist as well, our label that we're on. You can get, there's merch on there too, like T-shirts and stuff like that, as well as, you know, CDs, vinyl, all that. So Season and Mist, Empiricon, Indie Merch. And we also have guitar and bass tab books now. Okay. So any of the guitar players and bass players out there that want to, you know, shred our stuff, they can go to, it's a company called Sheet Happens. Mm-hmm. And they have, you can get, we have the Lucid Collective tab book as well as the Relentless Mutation tab book. So they can get those there, digital and physical. So those are our kind of main platforms for, they want to, people want to.
Cool.
Yeah.
So guys, you know, guys and girls, you know, you know how to do that. And again, you know, it's all the help right now, all the support from the fans it's much appreciated. Are you? I had some questions here. One was, are there plans to play live? And yes, when Tobi, you know, nobody knows. We already said that, you know.
It's kind of pending, right? So until we're allowed to.
Yeah, this guy is Zakian Peabody, excited for the new Exteo album. We're gonna have Maurizio from Cataclysm Exteo in one of the next episodes, so stay tuned. This guy saw Archspire in Boise, Idaho, at the Shredder, and it was awesome. Hope to see you guys, and hope to see you guys at FLESHGOD again. Thank you. I really hope to be back on tour and come back to Boise, Idaho. Is Archspire planning on rescheduling with Kettle Decapitation again?
For the Vancouver show, I think they're trying to schedule again. I think they were trying to say September, but that was weeks ago before we really knew how far this was going. Yeah. So again, it's kind of like day by day, but I hope that show happens. I mean, that will be great. Those guys are awesome, and that was going to be part of our kind of last day of tour that we're going to have. So I'm hoping, like that as well as every other tour that we want to have happen. So, you know.
Archspire always at 32 per speed. Regards to Spencer, crazy drummer. What, Spencer? Did you call him?
Here, I'll try to call him here. I'll see if I can. Can I add him? Let's see if he's in.
Let's see. I don't know. Otherwise, you have to call.
The last time I chatted with him on here was over a year ago. I can try.
You don't talk to each other much, man.
Well, I mean,
is Tobi still collecting Ibanez universes?
No, I have my one Ibanez universe I'm keeping. I mean, collector's sake, and it's a rad guitar. But yeah, now I'm just repping, Kiesel guitars.
Yeah, you moved to
Yeah, we bought like our whole band.
I think they should be upset that you broke all their guitars. Oh, who's this fuckers? We give him the guitars and he fucking breaks all the heads.
I have to. I'm on limited space here, so I have to. Make do and got to get rid of the stuff that I don't need. So no headstocks.
This guy is asking about Europe. Actually, we don't know. We have no idea, no clue. We just, what is, I said several times, is what is confirmed, what is not is not, and it's not up to us. It's something that is so much bigger than us. So, we just have to stick to the government's plans, and that's it, Yeah. Okay. Tobi, if you could steal something from FLESHGOD Apocalypse, what would it be?
If I could steal something from you guys?
If I can steal something from you, is your hands. I
mean, I could say the same, man. Your feet, and your hands, and your voice. Actually, yeah. Can I just take you? Is that cool? Can we just throw you in the mix?
You can adopt me.
You adopt you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Actually, I'd adopt all you guys, and French and the other Francesco as well.
All the Francescos, you can adopt.
All the Francescos. That's what we want.
So we would like to see you both in Turkey anytime after this pandemic. We would love to go to Turkey, of course. Tots or fries?
What tots or
Tots or fries? I just read a news that you guys in Canada have a lot of French fries to eat.
I guess
a lot of potatoes there.
Yeah, I guess we do. I mean, maybe more on the East Coast. I don't know. I'll go with French fries.
Okay. And this one is keep rocking right side. No, this is I don't know. Do you love Zakk Wylde? Sometimes I just lose. Do you love Zakk Wylde? I
mean, I wouldn't say I love him. I don't know. The guy's played a bunch of crazy stuff, and he's a pretty accomplished musician. I know he hides behind like a lot of, not hides, but he kind of puts more of, lately he's he'll shred just one thing over and over and over and over. You'll see a lot of that, but like the dude's way more capable than kind of what he, I think, puts out there. He's kind of like, so I mean, as a whole, like the guy's a sick musician, but I'm not like, I don't really listen to his stuff or anything. So I don't know if I love him, but I don't hate him. So, and he seems like a cool guy. I'm sure it'd be fun to hang out with.
Do you guys think you would ever tour together? Perhaps, maybe we will be back on tour together once, anytime soon. I don't know. Like, hopefully.
That would be fun.
Is that true that Canadians dip their fries into mayo?
I personally like doing that, but I mean that's also like a European thing, right? That's like a Belgium thing as well. So I personally love mayo, and I'll put it on everything. So. Okay,
Zakk. I love Zakk Wylde. I really enjoy it. Like, yeah, this guy said that Zakk was best in Aussie. Yeah, he's a great guitar player. Crazy. All right, so there's this guy with Pepe Meneses. You missed Vogg. Sorry for that, but you can rewatch the whole episode. We're gonna post it when we oh shit, we are. Oh fuck! It's like time flies for real today. It's like already 1 hour and a half. I'm gonna steal other 2-3 minutes. Okay, is that cool for you, man? 5 minutes maximum. so we can say goodbye properly to everyone. I've seen people like they're writing a lot of things which are important thing about ketchup and mustard and ketchup plus mayo. Like there's a lot of things.
The real important things.
It's like Abby asking, are you a cat person or a dog person?
Dog for sure.
Dog for sure. Okay.
Right.
So
no questions.
Mustard is nasty. Sinister Mephisto is mayonnaise. Now there is another flame about sauces.
Oh man, there's gonna be like a whole thread on its own
Yeah, this guy asking me if I still play drums or practice the drum. Yeah, I do sometimes, not as often as before. But thank you for asking. Now that we started one of the most like wild flame about ketchup, mayonnaise, and mustard.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'll try to get Spencer in on this for a sec too. I'll see if he.
All right, so we say, let me say hi to Spencer. I wrote him like before, but it wasn't. I think he was sleeping still.
Add him. I'm calling. See, yeah, he's probably
calling once again.
Just going to bed from playing video games all night, or he is just already sleeping from like maybe an hour.
Putin is amazing. Okay. Yeah, happy. I agree. It's a very cool thing.
It can be. Yeah.
Putin. Like, thank you, Pepe. Thank you, and all the positive vibes possible to Mexico as well. Cat person, Francesco. Yeah, I love both cats and dogs. I had both, so I really love all animals, especially human beings. I know DECAPITATED were going to play the UK this year, but show was cancelled. Yeah, we discussed this with Vogg before, and yeah, you know this right now. Francesco, since when did you play drums? Since 2009. And do you like Canadian band Woods of Ypres? I don't know.
Ypres? Woods of Ypres.
You know them?
Yeah, they're kind of like I mean, I don't think they're a band anymore. I think their vocalist or frontman passed away years ago, but they're kind of like a black metal band from Alberta.
Oh, okay. All right, so Spencer is not answering.
Yeah, I tried calling and
all right. Next time. So, all right, guys, it's I can still more time also, like we have some kind of like time restrictions. We are Italians and we are late again. I'm from Romania, and thank you very much for following us once again. Thank you, Tobi, for being with us.
Thank you so much.
I have my list of all the things I have to say when I close every episode. So can you tell us your top 3 weird non-metal albums? Come on, this is the last one. Top 3 non-metal albums, not metal albums.
Portishead live in New York. Anything that Alan Holdsworth put out, and I would say Perturbator's like trilogy album. It's like all 3 of their EPs on. So
cool.
As fast as I can, I would say that.
All right. So I hope I put this question in the very last few seconds of this live streaming. So you have to love me now. All right. So that's it. So thank you very much, guys, of course, for following us again. Thank you for posting and tagging yourself and tagging the Saturday Night Lockdown on your stories, on your posts. Thank you very much. It's very appreciated that you keep on spreading this and promoting this new thing, this new event that we set up for every Saturday. So we really can't wait for the next episode. We're gonna have like a crazy good, an incredible artist. I cannot say much yet, but like early next week we're gonna announce the new guest. and you're gonna love. I can say you're gonna love her. And all right, so thank you to Vogg again. Thank you, Tobi, for being with me. Thank you, Ferro, my piano player, who is directing this live stream every Saturday. Thank you, Mike, and all the guys at Nuclear Blast for helping us to broadcast this everywhere on the web and reach more people possible. And again, if you want to support every metal bands and including us, you can go to shop.fleshgodapocalypse.com and purchase whatever you like. You will find T-shirts and any kind of issues there, any kind of item there, and you can support us there, and it's much appreciated. Thank you very much. And what else? Once again, thank you very much for following us, and I really love you, everyone. And FLESHGOD, I can speak on behalf of the whole guys and girls. We absolutely love you for all the support shown, and we love you guys in Archspire as well. So we miss you guys. I really hope to be back on tour with you guys. All right. Definitely. So okay. So have a good. What's left of this Saturday in different time zones. Thank you very much for writing, asking, whatever. See you next Saturday. All right. So thank you. Ciao, and keep on rock and roll.
Ciao, guys.